I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Let's do it. Another episode of Discover New Music. Joining me today, Anthony Martinez of Dark Divine, the new album Undead Melody, officially out now, dropped May 29th. I just talked to Sleeping with Sirens, and after the release, of course, of the album. And I like to ask, because you guys, you spend so much time working on the record. It's a part of you during that creative process. You're living with it. You're breathing it. You're eating it. And then it's just gone. It's just out in the world. How are you feeling now that it's out in the ether? People are taking it in compared to maybe when you were holding on to it and just waiting?
This whole album has been kind of a culmination of like basically a year worth of effort. When we had first started the record, we had just come out of a huge dynamic shift within the members of the band, a huge shift in the dynamic of how we wrote songs, and there was a whole lot of uncertainty going into it. And then once we kind of got our flow with things, we started getting really, really proud of the music we were creating. And so we now had this product that we knew everyone was going to really enjoy, that we enjoyed as the band, and now we had to hold on to it until it was all done. And now it's like we had to hold on to so much stuff for like a year. And so to finally see it come to fruition and to finally all celebrate the release, it was just like a weight lifted off our shoulders. It was such a huge feeling.
Well, congratulations. And I can only imagine, because it's such a creative process, and that can be a very draining process, when you're sitting there writing, recording, producing, and it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm going to the office here, we got to do some TPS reports. No, you guys it's become such a part of you. So congratulations on getting it out and now being able to just enjoy it as it all is.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's talk about the fact that this is your second studio album, the follow-up to 2023's last record. And now that you guys, you had that first studio experience, and I know you had an EP as well before, but an actual studio album, what did you maybe learn from the first album? Did you do anything different when approaching this album creatively, sonically, that you took from your first record?
Yeah, I think there was a much larger collaboration process with this album. I think because this is our first time kind of producer shopping. We went to multiple people. We took in influences from multiple sources. We flew a lot more of the band out to different areas to just to put their flavor on things. And it's just one of those things where it was like, as we've grown as a band, we've gotten to know what each other's strong suits are and like where people could apply what. And so this album is just sort of I think it's just more of an in-depth look at us as characters, like at the character of each member, and it's just a more in-depth look of like our abilities, our inspirations. I think that's definitely been something that we honed in on a little bit more than the last record.
Yeah.
Just the producer shopping thing was really cool. So we got to work with people from all over the country. We worked with Hiram Hernandez, Chris Lincoln, Kalen Adam. Nice. We worked with Justin DeBleek, and all these different sources kind of came together and just added little things that maybe the other producer didn't, and it just created this huge dynamic range of what we love to hear.
I think that's really cool. And when that freshman record, whenever a band gets in there, they got a little bit of label money. They got a little bit more, kind of backing behind them. Not just, all right, we're living in a van and we're just kind of grinding away. You get to see that behind the curtain style thing, but you're also shooting from the hip because you never done it before in that large scope of things.
Right.
So it's nice to see you guys were able to then take that, grow from that, and have a little bit more creative control. And I mean control in a sense of taking your time, shopping for the producers, and I'm sure that probably felt very good to have that kind of stability in this sense.
I think in a lot of senses like this, there was a lot more pressure and a lot less pressure, wherein like in the first, like you said, in the first studio record that we had never really done this before. So there was all this idea of like what this is supposed to become. How are we supposed to get our footing and then like show growth as a band? I think with this new record, we were able to kind of do that a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And once we got our footing, it just kind of felt like we were hanging out with, our friends and making music again, which is, kind of what all this is about. So it's just, I don't know. It definitely, once we got our footing and we kind of got the flow of things going, the record just kind of wrote itself. And it took so much of the pressure of like, what is this supposed to sound like? What are we supposed to do? I think the day that it became very easy was the day that we wrote Undead Melody. We were in Marietta, Georgia, I believe. And I remember when we had written the lyrics for Undead Melody, and we just kind of thematically created that song. Like originally it wasn't going to be the title track of the album, but I just remember kind of sitting back looking at the guys and just being like, this feels like something a little bit more elevated than like just another song on the album. This feels like it could be an all-encompassing, natural progression of like, we had Deadly Fun, now Undead Melody, Halloween Town. Like it just all kind of feels within this scope of who we are as people and what we want to say as a band. And so it just, that was the moment where everything started to get really, really fun.
I love it, man. And it's cool that you were there and you picked up on that moment, because that's something that I know will stick with an artist for a very long time. And I can't wait to hear more on this. Again, the new album, Undead Melody, just talked about the title track there. It's officially out now. I want to talk about something, and of course the internet it's burned me before in interviews in my research, but if I'm not mistaken, I read somewhere that Hotel California is your all-time favorite track.
It is.
I love that, and so good. That leads me into, because that played a big role in the song Midnight Masquerade, and for people who've heard the album and heard that track, tell us about how your love of Hotel California and how you perceived that song then got into Midnight Masquerade and the track we have there.
So it's kind of a long story. So we were on tour and we were just listening to podcasts and listening to whatever. And for whatever reason, the podcast topics took this like morbid route of like secret elite society parties in like LA or whatever. And it just kind of, I went down this whole rabbit hole and this whole conspiracy theory rabbit hole of just like, what the elite do in these like secret parties and all this shit. And it was like, the morbidity of that.
Yeah.
And I just remembered Hotel California, the lyrical content of it. And it's been understood that the song has like taken on many meanings. Mm-hmm. And I went back and I listened through the song, and it just kind of lined up perfectly with like, oh, they're talking about a real Hotel California here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's that kind of realization. And I was like, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Whether it's accurate or not, that's how I kind of perceived it.
Right.
And so we went into the studio. Midnight Masquerade was the last song that we had to write. And so we were struggling. We were at, obviously at the end of a writing cycle. So we were really scraping for what we could, take inspiration from. And just that kind of like memory popped up in my head spontaneously while I was writing the chorus. And it just kind of like acted as this final sort of reservoir of inspiration. And I just couldn't stop writing about it. And I don't know. So Hotel California, like, that's been my favorite song. It's my grandmother's favorite song. And so that was just a huge bonding point that we had growing up. So that was already kind of in the tank. I was like, to make an homage to that song creatively with this like kind of undertone of like morbidity. I think it was such a cool, like, I don't know, it felt cool, it felt different, and it felt like something I could like kind of poke fun at.
Yeah. I think it's really cool, and because even Midnight Masquerade it blends very well to Hotel California. Like it's just you can picture that. It goes hand in hand. You're gonna have a Midnight Masquerade at Hotel California, and so I think it's really cool how you brought that together, and especially such a classic song. How do you pay homage and do justice to such a one of the all-time greats? And I really love it. And I love the song too. So next time anyone listens to Midnight Masquerade, think Hotel California and tie it all together. It's really great. Again, the new album, Undead Melody, it's out now. Dark Divine. I know you guys are going to be busy now that this album's out, supporting it and just enjoying it and living in it. I always ask this question. Well, I reworded it over the years, because I used to ask, what's your favorite song on the record? But that's a hard one. I got a lot of, it changes day by day, or blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to reword it for you like I do now. I want you to imagine an alien comes down, and you're in a field for some reason. Just put yourself in a field for some reason. And you have a Discman. Yeah, there you go. Right. you have a Discman loaded up with Undead Melody, and the alien goes, hey, man, I got time to hear one track before I got to go back up. What song are you pushing play on from Undead Melody to play for that alien?
Shit. That's a trick one. So I'd probably do Yeah, it's a hard question because this is kind of goes into like this album's interesting because I love each song for different reasons. There really isn't a favorite song, so I would say just to have an all-encompassing feeling of welcoming.
Yeah,
we'll do Undead Melody.
I love it.
Or Halloween Town 2.
We'll start
something
with,
in that scope, just as a rallying song.
Right. We'll start with Undead, and then if he's got time, maybe his ride's late. Throw on.
Yeah, there you go. He has to call a new Uber or something.
Exactly. Well, again, Undead Melody, it's out now. Dark Divine, and really excited for what's to come for you guys. And when you're in Madison, we'll get together and have some fun and talk other Eagles deep cuts. All right. So
yes, please.
All right. Now let's do rapid fire. That the important stuff's out of the way. There's no wrong answers. You go with your gut, and then we'll get you back to beautiful Orlando, Florida weather. Let's start simple. Riff first, or maybe this isn't simple. Riff first or lyric first?
Riff first. I have to have a kind of a fairly completed, like I take inspiration from what's done musically.
Nice.
So I can't sit behind a piano and just come up with a cool chorus. I have to kind of feel like a vibe.
Right.
Sure.
Let the chords speak to you.
Yeah.
Would you rather listen to the whistle solo in Winds of Change or Patience?
Patience.
Very nice. Sneakers or sandals?
Depends on the day. I can't walk around the house barefoot, so I wear sandals inside, but like I'll wear sneakers outside.
Very nice. Vanilla Ice or Ice Cube?
Ice Cube.
Very nice. Would you rather see Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster?
Loch Ness Monster for sure.
All right. Now, whenever someone says Loch Ness Monster, I do have to. You've talked conspiracy theories a little bit already. Have you heard what some scientists think that famous picture of Nessie is?
Is it the elephant?
No, it's the whale penis. Have you heard that theory?
No, I have not. That's amazing.
So apparently, male bulls, I believe, is what a male whale is. Male whale. That's fun to say. Sometimes they will breach the water with their penises out, and it kind of does this. And if you were to just take a grainy photo of that in the water. Whale penis.
I really hope that's what it is.
That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, that or a mythological creature that we've never fully seen. So
we've created a mythological creature out of a...
Which I can't say the same about my penis. I cannot. That's absolutely not even close.
Hey, in solidarity.
All right. Let's see. On a scale of from 1 to 10 for attractiveness, where do you put Bugs Bunny dressed in drag?
It's 11.
11. See, he gets a lot of love whenever I ask that question. We show a lot of love to him. I love it. Last one. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
I'm going to go horse-sized duck.
Horse-sized duck. Bold move. Weapons or bare fists?
I think I just ride it. I don't know. I don't want to fight it. That's awesome.
You'd befriend the horse-sized duck, and then he would become your trusty steed.
Trusty steed in the battle or something. Yeah. Now, if I had to fight it, I'd probably use weapons. We got opposable thumbs.
You figured it out. You did take
we're equipped. We're equipped in the evolutionary chain here.
I love it. Well, thank you for humoring me. More importantly, Anthony, thank you for talking new music. Dark Divine, Undead Melody, out now, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.